Was it Mama's out of cookies? Sorry, buddy. Yes. So, I'm a positive reinforcement dog trainer, and one of the things that I use all the time is a dog clicker. So it just makes a noise, and I use that to tell the dog when they've done something that I want them to do and they're going to earn a treat. However, these particular ones, the straps that come with them drive me nuts. They always break, so then I'm left with like this just kind of like rolling around in my bag, and I take these when I'm going hiking and everything else. So I'm going to make a wrist strap using some bits of fabric that I've got, although I could make a scrappy one if I had the time, but I just need a quick project today to get some things done. So I'm going to go ahead and take that off. So I've got just the clicker, and I'm going to make a key fob kind of wristlet for it. So I bought the hardware. It's got a split ring on it, so I can just have it on a split ring and it'll move freely. So I'm gonna do this with some beautiful Philip Jacobs Rowan fabrics, because kale is one of my favorite plants, and yeah, this is super bright and fun. And then I've got a little bit of this fabric, which I think will work well on the inside. I mean, you can keep the same fabric or you can do two different, so we'll see how this works out. I'm going to need to press this first, so let's do that. Go ahead and trim this edge. Move that out of the way. And yes, that bit is going in the fabric string pile. Need to restock now. I've used them all making that peg bag. Okay, so I'm going to need it to be 4.5 inches wide. It should be there. 1, 2, 3, 4.5. Okay, so 4.5 inches wide. And I'm just going to cut straight across. Keep this. I love this fabric so much. I have to figure out some other things that I can make with it, because I love growing kale, particularly different colours and varieties of kale, so I'm always super interested in different heirloom vegetables. And I mean, there's some beautiful collards and kales and cabbages and plants that have been bred out there. If you're interested, you can definitely look for some heirloom varieties. They're always fun. Alright, and I'm going to need this to be 14.5, because whatever this is going to finish at to be like the drop, so like how much of this goes over the old wrist, right? It's gonna be in half, so I think I'm gonna try 14.5 inches. So what I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna trim off those selvage edges on the end here. Okay, let's go on my selvage scrap. Other way. Oops, a daisy. So 14.5. is there. I'm going to decide which one I like the look of more. It's going to be this one. Now I need... Ooh, I'm just going to squeak in. Okay. Now I need some interfacing. Got kind of a thicker one here, so we'll see. And there's like a side that feels bumpy and it's slightly shiny. That's the side with the glue. Go ahead and put the interfacing on this with a hot iron, following the manufacturer's instructions. So let's go do that. So now I've got the interfacing on the back. We're going to trim this up. So I cut it a bit bigger so I could trim it down. So let's just... make sure I've got a nice straight edge. Nope. Okay. So I want this to be 14 inches by 2 inches, which is there. It's one piece, and then 14 inches by there. I think that bit can go in my scrap bin. So just shred that up. Into the trash that goes. Alright. So now I have two pieces that are 2 inches wide by 14 inches long. I'm going to flip them over. And of course you don't have to make them so they match. You can do whatever you want. Need a pen. Just got whatever pen. I'm going to measure 1 inch in. I'm going to draw a line. 1 inch in. Draw a line. And this is what we're going to fold, if you can see. So I'm going to fold the fabric towards that line. I'm just going to finger press this down. Okay. And then same this side, press it to that line. Nice, good press. Okay. Let's just run it down with a pair of scissors, just so I've got like a good crease. You could iron it, of course, again if you wanted to. So that's what one side is going to look like. So let's do the other piece. Again, fold to the line, into the line. Nice and even. Now what we're going to do, figure out which way around I want these. Either I want this bit to be there. What we're doing here is I'm putting the folded sides face together. This is where you want to be accurate with your pressing and your cutting. And then I'm going to use some of these binder clips to just kind of clip everything together. I'm going to sort of go opposite sides. Now you might be wondering, if you don't have any interfacing, what can you use instead? Well, my friend, you could use some extra batting. You could put batting in here, like a 1-inch strip of batting that you're folding around. You could use some wool. You could even use some felt. So you've got some options if you don't have interfacing. I just happen to have some because I'm trying to make some bags. So, right, now we've got this all clipped. I'm going to clip end here as well just to make sure. Okay, now this is all clipped, we're going to stitch a top stitch about 1/8 of the way in. And to do a top stitch, you're going to want like a slightly longer stitch length. That definitely looks a little nicer. So I will see you over at the sewing machine. Move the clip a little. I'm just going nice and slow. Make sure that the fabric's lined up. I'm going to get to the end, I'm going to back stitch a couple just to secure everything. Pull it off. I'm going to do the same thing but from the other side. Line this up. And back stitch. Now I'm just clipping the threads. Okay, now I get to choose which side I want to be the up side. I think I like this side more, so I'm going to do it that way. Just make sure this is going to be good. And my clicker will be there. So yeah, I think that's going to work good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stitch these two ends together. I'm actually going to zigzag them. Just to kind of keep everything sort of neat and tidy. Okay. Now I've got that together, now I need to put the hardware on. And it doesn't, so I like that side a bit better. Just trying to figure out which side I want the prettiest side of the hardware to be on. I guess it's that one. So put that there. If you want, you could put a touch of glue on here just to help keep everything in place and everything together, if you so desire. So God, you need to be an octopus to do this. Okay. Well, that's good enough. Alright. Now I've got my hardware on. I'm going to go ahead and loop my clicker. Alright. I've got my clicker, my wrist strap. Nobody else has one of these, which makes me feel even better. And again, you could put a touch of glue in, like some super glue or something, like an acrylate, just to hold things together there, if you so desire. Ta-da! Hey buddy, punch it. Good job. There's a cookie. Juno, sit. Juno, punch it. Good girl. There's a cookie for you. Cassini, sit. Cassini, punch it. Good job. Cookie for you.